The Humanitec internal developer platform is designed to make it easy to spin up new cloud environments and deploy them to your Kubernetes infrastructure. In this video tutorial, you will see how to deploy a simple containerized app to your own cluster on Google Cloud Platform using the Humanitec platform. The app consists of a simple front-end and back-end stored in separate code repositories. The front-end sends requests to the back-end, which communicates with a Cloud SQL database running in cluster. In this video, I'll connect my GCP account to the platform, create an app with my front-end and back-end repositories, make some slight configurations to the environment, and then deploy them to my cluster. First, I'm going to connect the Humanitec platform to my GCP cluster using a service account. Make sure your service account has the Kubernetes engine admin role attached and has an access key in JSON form. So now my GCP account is connected and I can deploy my apps to my own GCP clusters. So now I'll go back to the home screen and start creating my app. This is a list of repositories that the platform synced from my GitHub organization using its CI/CD pipeline. I'll go ahead and add my front-end and back-end repositories. So now the Humanitec platform has created a development environment with my demo front-end and back-end. Before I deploy though, I want to expose my front-end web app with a public URL and create an environment variable with the back-end API endpoint. First, I'll check the box here. When I deploy the app, the platform will generate a URL and SSL certificates for the front end and serve the container's contents on the given port. Next, I will create an environment variable with the URL of the API endpoint exposed by the backend. I'll define a variable substitution. It's a dynamic value that will automatically resolve to the cluster IP of the backend module when I deploy the app. The last thing I need to do is click on my backend module and create a Postgres database. We're almost ready to deploy the app, but there's one last step. Over here, I can see that my environment is set to deploy to a pre-configured cluster on Humanitec's infrastructure. I want to change that to my own GCP cluster, which I connected earlier. Now I can review the changes to my environment that will be applied when I click the Deploy button. Under the hood, the Humanitec platform is taking care of all of the server-side configuration. It's deploying the two modules as containers in my GCP cluster, it's making namespaces and provisioning the database, it's creating the config map variables and the secrets, it's creating deployment controllers and pods, and then it's setting up cluster IPs, ingress, and DNS entries. Okay, it looks like the deployment was successful. Notice that the platform created a URL for my front end. I'll go ahead and click on it. So this is the web app I just deployed. I can create new products on the front end, and the back end stores them in the database that I provisioned. And this whole setup is running in the GCP cluster I connected to the Humanitec platform. I didn't have to touch the code in order to get this up and running. All I had to do was create an app on the platform, add the repos, make some slight configuration changes, and click deploy.